Good evening. I am Dr. Ricky Edison, and on behalf of the University High School family, welcome. We are excited to bring back the Academic Achievers Celebration. The pandemic forced us to shut down since 2020, so this is our first celebration together since 2019. At University High School, nothing is more important than the success of our students. Our campus culture is built around the phrase, love, serve, and care. And I'm so proud of the hard work our faculty and staff does daily as we take care of our students. An event like this doesn't just happen. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank some special people because I am proud to tell you that this event was planned in-house by our very own faculty. First, Mrs. Renee Jacinto. Would you please stand? Mrs. Jacinto has served as our events coordinator. She and her team work tirelessly to make sure every detail is something that honors our students. Also want to thank Miss Kristen Cunningham. Miss Cunningham, where are you? Somebody up there we go. Miss Cunningham was the one who created our program. And a very special thanks goes to our chefs. Chef Rourke, Chef Osborne, Chef Dunham. If y'all are in here, raise your hand. They might be back there getting everything up, so thank you. I am not alone when I say every time I taste the food that the students and them cooked, it is just outstanding. I cannot get enough of it. So thank you so much. Also want to take this time to introduce our counselors. Counselors, would you please stand when I call your name? First of all, we have our senior counselor, Courtney Copus. Our junior counselor, Miss Anita Morales. And sophomore counselor, Miss Courtney Hammond. I also want to introduce our lead counselor out in the crowd, Miss LaRonda Clark. I want to take this time to introduce our assistant principals. Sophomore assistant principal, Mrs. Elizabeth Salinas. Our associate principal, Dr. Beth Brabham. Our junior principal, Mr. Brian Adams. And our Dean of Academies, James Stewart. And finally, I want to thank you to the Advanced Academics Department and to Dr. Kincannon for your support in this event. And it is now my pleasure to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Kincannon. Dr. Kincannon, thank you for your support of Waco ISD students. And we are honored to have you speak today to our students. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Kincannon.
Well, thank you very much, and good evening to all of you. I'm going to pull this over here so I can hold it a little bit better. I'd like to thank all of our parents, our family members, and teachers who are here this evening to celebrate University High School's highest-ranked sophomore, junior, and senior students. Students, would you please stand and be recognized right off the bat? You were mixed in with the guests. So I do have a few words to say this evening. I'm really just giving the introduction, but before I do that, I'd like to introduce some special dignitaries and special guests who are with us. We have our board secretary, Mr. Jose Vidania, right here. Thank you for being with us this evening. We also have our assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction, Ms. Dina Kornblum. down in the front. Our Executive Director of Secondary Curriculum and Instruction, Mr. David Hamilton, is here all the way in the back. Thank you, David. And our Director of Advanced Academics, Ms. Celeste Sodergren, is here this evening as well. Thank you all. So while we're here to recognize our students for their tremendous efforts and accomplishments in the classroom, I'd like to also take a moment to recognize all of the teachers who were invited as special guests of the students being honored. These teachers are highly regarded by our students, and we're thankful to them for their ongoing commitment to provide high-quality instruction, for the way in which they mentor and build relationships with our students, and for inspiring our students to be the best that they can be in the classroom, on the field, on the stage, and in life. Teachers, I'm going to call your name, and we have a certificate for you as a special guest of a student this evening. And I'd ask that you come forward to get your certificate and then just remain for a quick group photo, if you don't mind. So those teachers who were selected by students to be honored this evening were Karen Byer, let me read all the names and we'll clap for all of them. How's that? Karen Byer, Andrew Chapman, Jeffrey Cunningham, Kelly Cunningham, Kristen Cunningham, Gary Engelbrecht, come on forward, Zach Etheridge, Denise Gunn, Carolina Gutierrez, Natalie Gutierrez, Marcus Hayner, Celissa Harrell, Archie Hatton IV, Renee Jacinto, Reyes Lopez, Matt Menifee, Lacey Merrifield, Leonard Montalongo, Lucy Murphy, Kristen Owen, Lindsay Pack, and Mr. Matt Richardson. Would you give these teachers a round of applause, please? And let's see if we can get them to organize for a group photo. And we want to thank you, teachers, for making a difference in the lives of our students. And we are grateful to you for the work that you do each and every day to take care of our students. All right, thank you very much. So tonight we're here to honor sophomores, juniors, and seniors from University High School who are at the top of their class. We are here to recognize these students for their hard work in the classroom. Students in this prestigious group have GPAs of 96.5 all the way up to 106.4425. Congratulations to each one of you. Students, we are so proud of you. To say that you are a success is an understatement. However, I want you to know that your success is not measured by your GPA alone. In fact, your GPA does not even begin to tell the story of your success and who you are as a person. There is so much more to each one of you. Besides being strong academic achievers, I was able to learn more about this group through a quick review of your transcripts. What I learned is that you don't just go above and beyond in the classroom, but you also participate in numerous activities, including fine arts, athletics, cheerleading, ROTC, and others, to name a few. You're actively involved in the leadership of your campus by serving as class officers. Some of you are earning an associate's degree while you're in high school, while others are participating in programs at Waco or completing practicums in audiovisual production and business. Several of you have earned industry certifications in areas such as automotive technology or as a certified nursing assistant. Your school records show that you have many talents and demonstrate your interest and success in multiple areas. You are what author Malcolm Gladwell might refer to as an outlier. In his book, Outliers, The Story of Success, Gladwell stated, "It is not the brightest who succeed, nor is success simply the sum of the decisions and efforts we make on our own behalf. It is rather a gift. Outliers are those that have been given opportunities and who have had the strength and the presence of mind to seize them." And it's clear to me, students, that this is truly a gifted group of young adults, a group that is seizing every possible opportunity to explore and grow at University High School. Thank you for your hard work in the classroom. We are so glad to have you in Waco ISD. Parents, we know that the students couldn't have done it without you and your support, and we thank each and every one of you for helping them reach their highest potential, and I look forward to celebrating with you this evening. Congratulations.
Good evening. It is a very great privilege to announce your guest speaker for the evening. Mr. Adrian Fajardo was born and raised in Waco, Texas. Mr. Fajardo completed his undergraduate studies at Charleston State University and currently serves as a team lead English and science teacher at South Waco Elementary. Adrian is a graduate of Leadership Plenty Institute and serves on various boards such as the Historic Landmark Preservation, the Waco Plan Commission, and Group W Bench Patrol Board. He is happily married to his best friend Cecilia, and they are expecting their first child in May. Adrian is a proud graduate of University High School, class of 2013. Mr. Fajardo.
I would say I've spoken at many places, and I would say in front of a lot of people, but when I got invited to speak at University High School, man, I was so excited, and I'm so grateful. So thank you, Mr. Cinto and University High School for having me here today. I want to first start off by telling you a little bit about who I am. But first, before I do that, I want to be able to let you in on a story about me. I was in 5th grade, and I lived in a beautiful brick home down the street in Hewitt, Texas. We had clean-cut grass, pear trees in the backyard. We had a basketball goal with a basketball court, and I had so many friends come over, cousins. I had it all over here, and it was a wonderful place. And I remember vividly a specific morning. It was a Tuesday morning, and I remember my mom coming in the room and waking us up, and I was excited to wake up, but I wasn't quite excited to go to school, to be honest with you. But I was more excited because she was making burritos in the kitchen. She was making arroz con carne con chile and these burritos. For my people who need translation, that's rice with pork chops and chile and some cut up cactus. And man, I was so excited for these burritos. And so I got up and I ran to the kitchen. I seen my dad and my brother playing in the kitchen like they usually do. I see my sister getting ready to go to the table. And so I sat down, and my mom says, "Mijo, go to the room and get dressed." Not get dressed, go get your backpack. And so I ran because I was ready for these burritos. And so as I was running, I looked to my left. And on the left, I had a screen door. And this screen door, you could see clearly outside. You could see the sun beaming in. And it was like 100 men, seemed like 100 men with black suits on. And I was wondering, what are these men doing in front of my house? And they were trying to get inside the house. I was like, what are they doing? And that's when I heard a big boom. Here they were, coming inside my house. We had the Waco SWAT, Waco PD, Hewitt PD, all in my household. Before you know it, they had my mom on the floor and my dad on the floor in handcuffs. I thought, how could this be? This this once wonderful place now broken and shattered. A few weeks later, my dad was sentenced to 23 years to life in prison. My life was going to be changed forever. And so here we were, once in this beautiful home, now sleeping on the floor down the street here in South Waco on Jane Street with 11 other people. But see, I still wanted to be that academic achiever. I still wanted to go to college. I didn't want to be like my dad and my brother in and out of juvenile. I wanted to make my mom proud. But academically, I was in last place. I was in sped classes all of my life. I remember back in the day, my band director at the time, he was giving out these wonderful awards, these academic achieve awards, but also these band awards. And he called me up to the stage. He said, Adrian, come to the stage. So I go up to the stage, and he's giving me my certificate, and I read it, and it said, most likely to steal a free sample. And it took me 4 days to finally get it. But we all get it. I was delayed. And I remember my first year in college reading a book only just to forget what I just read. Trying to remember the content of what my professors was teaching me, but I just couldn't grasp it. And so after time, failing after failing, I said, I'm done. I give up, I quit. And that's when I seen this book on my cabinet. And I picked it up, and it was called The Narrative of Frederick Douglass. And if you don't know who Frederick Douglass is, he was an American slave who was systematically taught not how to read. But this only inspired him to read. And so what he did was he would try to get reading lessons and writing lessons with his slaves that were beside him. He was so excited about education. And so after reading and after thinking, critical thinking, he started to think about his own freedom. And so there's this famous quote by Frederick Douglass. He said, I prayed for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. Frederick Douglass not only just talked about it, he was walking it out now. And before you know it, Frederick Douglass became a free slave. And so at the time, I was so inspired. So I started to think about my teachers at University High School, like Miss Walker, like Mr. Haddon, who's in the crowd right now, like Coach Felix, who's in the crowd right now, like Coach Jacinto, who's in the crowd. These people who inspired me, who believed in me. And because they believed in me, I said I could do it. And so I went back to school. I went back to get my undergraduate degree, and I was walking across that stage, an academic achiever, passed with all A's. So academic achievers, always remember that there's somebody who believed in you. There's somebody in this room, whether it be Miss Jacinto, the staff, your parent, or your guardian, who believed in you. And because you believed in yourself, you're right here in this room. See, even in the midst of COVID, even in the midst of pain like that, see, we as adults in this room, we don't know what it's like to go to school virtually. We don't understand what it's like to go to school with masks and all these sanitary things that we have to do. We don't understand that. That's not our story. But that's your story. Even through some of the stories that you may not even have shared with somebody. Maybe the story that is similar like mine. Or maybe you have a completely different story. But whatever story it is, you made it. You are here today. You may still have questions like, what's next? I'm a senior. I'm finna graduate. What's next in life? I'm a junior. I'm a sophomore. I don't know what next year looks like. And it's okay to ask questions. But I'm going to read this famous quote by Martin Luther King Jr. He says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Academic achievers, you are proof of what it means to keep moving. Even through the things that you've been through COVID and through stories that you may not even shared before, you kept moving. So, students, let's keep believing. Staff, parents, let's keep believing. As a community in this room, let's keep believing and let's keep moving forward. Congratulations, academic achievers.
Okay, now it's the moment you've all been waiting for, the presentation of the awards for academic achievers. If I may please have all 10th graders please rise and head to this side of the stage, please, right over here. Please line up in alphabetical order. All 10th graders, please. Abby Allen. Amber Angeles. Daniel Angulo. Nicholas Ashley. Brianna Benavides. Camila Carrillo Saldivar. Briseis Carizales. Carolina Dávila. Jasmine Dávila Pérez. Jazelyn Davis. Tatiana Duncan. Jacob Dunn. Abdi Elisea. Giselle Favela. Angelis Fernandez. Emmanuel Gallardo. Eliana Garcia. Zariah Garcia. Valerie Garcia Perez. Eleni Gonzalez. Skylar Goodman. Araceli Herrera. Andrew Higgins. Gavin Lewis. Emilio Lopez. Andrés Huevano Villa. Ureli Medina. Antonio Miles. Ariana Morales. Elena Ortiz. Carolina Perez. Cecilia Revolar. Jesse Rodriguez. Michelle Tenocio. Blanca Torres. Zaylin Touchstone. Nicolás Vaquera. Abel Vasquez. Tanaya Wicks. Athalie Zuniga. And now if I could please have the 11th graders, please line up on the stage right over here in alpha order. All 11th graders, please. All right, first up is Mr. Jalen Alley. Dayanara Almendares Castillo. Eric Bartko. Abigail Barrientos. Alexandro Enriquez. Naomi Flores. Isaiah Flores. Randall Galeno. Vanya Gonzalez. Kaylee Hammond. Crystalline Hannibal. Ruby Hernandez. Miriam Hinojosa. Madison Houston. Sydney Lining. Jimena Lugo Rubio. Jasmine Medina. Tiana Miles. Jesselyn Mixon. Mila Ochoa. Allison Perez. Naomi Perez Guerrera. Nancy Quisada Alcaraz. Tirza Rawls. Yair Ramirez. Emmanuel Rodriguez. Lisette Sanchez. Belanira Silva Bautista. Carla Solis. Marisol Torres. Jennifer Velasquez. Cynthia Llamas. And now if I could please have all the seniors line up in alpha order, right over here on this side of the stage, please. Leilani Andrade. Guest educator this evening is Karen Byer. Juan Chavez Flores. Guest educator, Jeff Cunningham. Lindley Gallazo Medrano. Guest educator, Leonard Montelongo. Lindley is on track to graduate with an associate degree in about 3 weeks from McLennan Community College. Autumn Cruz, guest educator, Renee Jacinto. Roy de los Rios, guest educator, Renee Jacinto. Lorette Garcia, guest educator, Leonard Montelongo. Lorette is also on track to graduate from McLennan Community College in 3 weeks. Andrew Herrera, guest educator, Matt Menifee. Brisa Lares, guest educator, Matt Richardson. Brisa is on track to graduate from McLennan Community College in 3 weeks. Gerardo Lares, guest educator, Jeffrey Cunningham, and Gerardo will also have a degree from McLennan Community College. Victoria Linares, guest educator, Leonard Montelongo. Victoria will be graduating from McLennan Community College in a few weeks. Stephen Longacre, guest educator, Zach Etheridge. Janessa Martinez. Guest educator, Archie Hatton IV. Janessa will graduate from McLennan Community College in 3 weeks. Abigail Morales, guest educator, Kelly Cunningham. Abigail will graduate from McLennan Community College on May 10. Judith Nunez, guest educator, Renee Jacinto. Judith will also be graduating from McLennan Community College. Geraldine Ocampo, guest educator, Natalie Gutierrez. Isaú Perez, guest educator, Renee Jacinto. Isaú will graduate from McLennan Community College in 3 weeks with highest honors. That means he's on track to have a perfect 4.0 in college. Daniela Ramirez, guest educator, Lacey Merrifield. Daniela will also graduate from McLennan Community College. Y feliz cumpleaños. Happy birthday. Stephanie Ramirez, guest educator, Lindsay Pack. Stephanie will graduate with an associate degree from McLennan Community College. Saul Rangel, guest educator, Celisa Hero. Saul will be graduating from McLennan Community College on May 10. Camila Presa, guest educator, Renee Jacinto. Camila is on track to graduate with that degree on May 10. Casey Rodriguez, guest educator, Celisa Hero. Casey will be graduating from McLennan Community College in 3 weeks. Enrique Rojo Jr., guest educator, Reyes Lopez. Enrique will graduate with an associate degree from MCC. Jasmine Romero Perez, guest educator, Archie Hatton IV. Karen Salazar. Guest educator, Kristen Owen. Juan Salcedo. Guest educator, Mr. Gary Engelbrecht. Elizabeth Sanchez. Guest educator, Marcus Hayner. Mark Reyes. Guest educator, Kristen Cunningham. Daniela Sandoval Estudiante. Guest educator, Leonard Montelongo. Evelyn Serrano. Guest educator, Renee Jacinto. Evelyn is on track to graduate with that degree in a couple of weeks, as is Daniela Sandoval Estudiante. Constance Slack. Guest educator, Lucy Murphy. Maricela Suarez. Guest educator, Andrew Chapman. Giselle Torres. Guest educator, Salisa Harrell. Diana Villagomez. Guest educator, Karen Byer. Diana's on track to get that degree in 3 weeks from MCC. Andrea Llamas. Guest educator, Denise Gunn. Andrea is on track to get that degree in 3 weeks from MCC. Let's give one more round of applause for our academic achievers this evening, please.
All right, what a night here. Students, tonight has been all about celebrating your success. So congratulations one more time. We are so proud of everything you've done, and we look forward to what the future holds for each and every one of you. Plato said, "The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future in life." And each of you are building a strong, solid future, and we commend you for that. This is going to conclude tonight's program. We want to thank you all for coming. And remember, anytime you're at University High School, you say, once a Trojan, always a Trojan. Thank y'all very much.